Here we are at Melinda's, our outdoor studio, open air, so with street noise and everything, with Anna Bozovic.
Very well said, thank you.
Thank you, my pleasure. I asked Anna to be with us today because I follow her and her real estate segments online. And they're actually quite informative because she really goes into deep analysis, and they're very intelligent, and so I enjoy them. And then not only that, but she like works out with MMA fighters, boxers. So I figured let's talk to this woman and find out who she is, and maybe get some insight on the market at the same time.
Awesome, sounds great.
So here we are. So who are you?
My name is Anna. Hello. Yeah, I'm the founder of Untitled, which is where I publish these long-term kind of truth and clarity, long-term trend analysis of the markets. My background is in math and physics, so despite training with pro fighters, I'm super nerdy in my other life.
And you went to like Columbia, right?
I did go to Columbia.
Yeah, I did my research. There you go. So super smart. So math, physics, Columbia, and she's still in real estate. So who are you gonna go to?
Right. And yeah, I was born in Serbia. I moved to New York when I was 3. Been in Miami now for 8 years, so this is home now.
Very good. And how do you like Miami?
I love it.
This is real estate. Real estate is the mark. We're a boom or bust town, so you must be in real estate paradise.
We are, and it's a very new city, which I think also.
We're always a new city.
Well, compared to New York, we're very new.
Yeah.
100 years ago, there was nothing here.
Yeah.
Literally, I mean, the skyline that we see now didn't exist 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's very new, and I think that while we're in a challenging time, obviously right now with Corona, the long-term trends of South Florida, I think, are so good. People will continue to move here.
Will they?
I think so.
They're all coming from New York now, right?
I think so.
Because New York's failing.
Yeah, and it's like Corona is kind of accelerating trends and spurring the changing of habits. Like much of how we live now, habits take time to change. You get used to doing things. You don't just change a habit because you can. And much of how we live, work, go to school has been like these constructs were post-World War II, 20th century, pre-internet constructs. And Corona is accelerating that evolution. And you don't, I mean, why do we have to go to office buildings to the extent that we do? We don't. That was a relic. And so I think given the optionality of choosing where you live, South Florida has a lot of bonuses, a lot of pluses.
Yeah. You call it, so it's the black swan. Corona's the black swan. It's
yes.
Changing everything.
It's a black swan. So our current economic sort of difficulty here is both episodic and structural. So Corona is the black swan, but Corona is toppling dominoes that were already in place.
To fall.
Absolutely.
So we were set to fall anyways.
Oh, 100%.
So was Miami's real estate market set to fall?
100. Oh, 1,000,000%.
1,000,000%.
Oh wow, we had one of the most overbuilt, oversupplied luxury markets you could find.
Well, we had that in 2008 too.
I know.
So how do we still have it?
Isn't that the question?
12 years later. I mean, it just kept building. It kept building.
I mean, I get asked by the press to comment on markets and projects they're launching, and I'm like, guys, there's 10 years of inventory at that price point where they're planning to build. Like, I don't know what they're thinking.
What are they thinking?
I have absolutely no idea.
What do they say they're thinking? Do you speak with them?
I do, but it's not clear.
Yeah, they're just building.
They're just building, correct.
Okay.
And there's this hope that some outside buyer, like all of this stuff, the luxury condos.
I mean, I know that they were marketing. There was Brazil. There was all the South American money coming.
Destination money always.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's not there like it once was.
No. In fact, transaction volume in our condo space here has been declining since 2013. That's way before Corona.
Yeah.
Like the decline was started in 2013. And then it kind of accelerated, and people started to really catch on to it around 2015, 16. But no, totally. The outside money dried up. I have no idea I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
It's like, and the biggest losers in resale right now are people buyers who purchased pre-construction in the last 5 years from the developer. Now they're reselling at major losses.
Oh, wow.
Major. Because look, when the developer sells something, they're paying 6 to 10% commissions out. They have the whole sales machine, the multi-million-dollar sales center, the girls bringing you coffee, all that stuff, right? You go to resell, and so basically they function as the market maker, like a stock promote. When you go to resell, all you have is your pictures in the MLS, your realtor, you're paying 3% out. It's a very different ballgame.
Okay, so now that we've covered real estate, let's talk about this boxing fascination that you have. Because I follow these videos, because not only do you get like insight into analytics, but you also get some workout content.
I recently went from a chart of like the Federal Reserve balance sheet versus some bond yield or something. And my next chart was me in the boxing gym with all these guys covered in tattoos.
So how'd you get into that? How'd you start fighting with, or training with fighters?
Yeah, I don't know. I hit them sometimes, but that's it.
They don't hit you, yeah.
No, so basically I run track. I run the 1 and the 200 meters in Masters track. And so I am often at the track training, and I have a track coach who's amazing, Jerome. He was on France's Olympic team for the 100 meters, and I think he was like 4th in the world once in the 60. And so I was at the track a lot, and the fighters go to the track to train. And so I met them there with Coach Dino, and this is a 5th Street gym in Miami Beach, which is where Muhammad Ali trained back in the day, and now Coach Dino is carrying on this legacy. And we have, like, you know, on sparring day there, you can see current past world champions, like, you never know who's there. It's pretty cool. Like, these guys still at arenas.
Yeah.
It's great. And so I met them at the track, and I started just doing track workouts. Like, I would jump in on their workout, and you know, I think Coach likes having me there because nobody wants to be behind the girl.
Yeah, right. So you motivate, but you beat some of these people.
Yeah,
they
know.
can't keep up with you.
That's right. So it's a lot of fun. And so then it evolved from the track. I started going to the gym, and I used to fence at a world-class level when I was younger. So there's actually a little bit of training overlap.
So you're like this cultured, you're like an elitist a little bit.
That's a boxing gym. There's no elitist under the boxing gym.
fencing and
That was
Colombia.
at Columbia when I was fancy. I'm not fancy anymore.
You're not fancy anymore now. I don't mean to label you an elitist, but...
No. So I went from there, and then now, like, you know, I train with those guys twice a day sometimes. And I do camp with them, we do everything, and it's really great. Look, I'm very lucky to have it, because training, if you've ever been in a serious training environment, training to win is very different than working out.
Yeah.
Because winning is all here, it's your mind. And winning in sports is very much the same as winning in life. It's the same psychology. You have to see it here first, you have to believe it and see it here, and you have to have this almost delusional self-belief where it's not gonna happen. Like when you get to the top of any sport, what separates the number one from number two? Like they're all great athletes. Everyone's a great athlete at that point, right? What separates it is this.
Yeah.
It's the strength of mind, being in the moment, letting go of anything that happened before. If you're upset about what happened two seconds ago, you carry it forward, you're going to lose. So you have to be in the moment, you have to have a strong mind, and you have to believe. And that's really what crazy training is. Like you go past the death point and it's all here. And that's what you get from training with lunatics like that.
All right. So you enjoy training more than real estate?
It's different.
It's
It
different.
keeps me sane.
It keeps
but it's
you...
very similar though. Because I create everything that I do. It's the same mindset. You have to visualize what you want and sort of make it happen.
And what do you visualize in real estate?
Oh, bigger question. Lots of things.
Are you going to become a developer? Is this the goal for an Ivy League educated?
Actually, developer, probably not so much. I studied very theoretical, weird math and physics, and I never liked lab, for instance. Like I don't like physical things so much. I'm very good at spotting patterns and connecting people. No, I would like to say that despite the challenging times that we all have now, high unemployment, all that stuff, I'm a big believer in the general upward trajectory of humanity. This is just a period of change. And change, it's like we have good trends being accelerated by Corona. It's like necessity is what breeds innovation.
Yeah.
And if you look at the 20th century had all these calamities, 2 world wars, all this stuff, right? And despite all of that, we all today enjoy a much higher standard of living than we did then. We have the internet, which would have been magic even 30 years ago to the extent that we have it now. So I'm generally very optimistic on the future. This is just a little challenging period, but I think good things will
It's a
come.
challenging period, and even with the challenging period, we're still living in an age. This is the best humanity has ever lived, ever.
Yes, 1,000,000%.
But
I
if you
agree.
were to watch the news, you'd swear that we were about to collapse.
And that drives me crazy because people lose perspective.
It's a false narrative.
Completely. They lose perspective.
Yeah.
Like pick a time in history you would go back to in a place that you would rather live. Where is it?
Yeah.
I don't have it. I was talking about my grandmother. I was born in Belgrade. My grandmother, she's from Macedonia. She's 97 years old. She just turned. And she's totally with it. She's amazing. And I thought, wow, she lived through World War II. Her mother lived through the Spanish flu, 2 world wars, like wars, people, Nazi occupation, all that stuff. I mean, here we are, like sitting in this beautiful place. We have the internet. We have all this stuff. Like it's okay.
We can communicate around the world in real time.
We're very lucky.
It's a great time to be alive.
I agree.
And I think the key to staying healthy is to not watch the news.
I don't watch it at all.
To not consume. I mean,
I've never owned a television.
Except this show.
Except
this. Me on the internet speaking with Anna and other people. That's what you should consume because I'm not trying to scare you.